Watching this video, you're probably incredibly bored. Or maybe you've gotten in trouble with the police or gotten arrested. Carrying marijuana, perhaps? I don't know what it is you do with the police. Or maybe you actually want to learn about the prison industrial complex, which is great. So whatever your reasoning may be, let's just get right to it. So according to Critical Resistance, an organization building a movement to completely abolish the prison industrial complex. The prison industrial complex, or PIC, is a term used to describe the overlapping interests of government and industry that we use surveillance, policing, and imprisonment as solutions to economic, social, and political problems. So in short terms, police officers would probably incarcerate you just because they want to go on their lunch break already. And let's face it, food is great. It's not bad enough that the United States is the leading country to lock up people at a higher rate than any other country. This was done by the Washington Post. And some of that comes from incentives police officers get if they arrest a certain number of people. So between 2001 all the way to 2010, 88% of those arrests were because of possession of marijuana. So imagine how many people are still in prison even though marijuana is legal now. Yay! That's the United States. Not only are police officers benefiting off of the thousands and thousands of incarcerations of innocent or minor lawbreakers, big name companies benefit off of it too. So as of 2015, Aramark Corporation, a Philadelphia-based food company that makes millions of dollars bringing in food to 600 prisons around North America, has been benefiting off of those inmates too. So in 2014, Aramark received fines of $98,000 and $200,000 from the state of Michigan for a long list of infractions, which includes meal shortages, unsanitary conditions, finding maggots and rocks in their food, and employees smuggling contraband like drugs inside their boxes of food. So Aramark also had problems in Ohio where their employees were having sex with the inmates. Another big name company makes millions off of prisoners. So if you're a girl, I'm sorry if you wear this, and I'm sorry for ruining it for you. But you guessed it, Victoria's Secret, they've been benefiting and profiting off of the prison industrial complex. So in the 1990s, Victoria's Secret hired a subcontractor, third generation. He hired 35 female inmates in North Carolina to sew lingerie. Why? Now let's talk about this book, Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Davis. She makes an argument in chapter 4 that it is morally wrong for companies and anyone to make profit and or benefit off of the incarcerations of human beings. That's the thing though. They may be human beings, but not everyone sees it, and that's what sucks. Davis also makes great points on the prison industrial complex, which I agree with her 100%. And on page 57, she mentions that as private prison companies have long recognized, the most profitable sector of the prison industrial complex is, you guessed it, immigrant detention and deportation. So imagine how much money public and private prisons are making off of these immigrants that are incarcerated for who knows how long. So that means more beds, more food, and more health care for them if they get injured and other things. Davis also makes the point that people who are incarcerated are human beings who have nothing else to do but wait out their sentence in prison. Sometimes that may be making a table or sewing lingerie in this case. And they make 13 cents an hour while everyone else is making way more. Although it costs more to keep people in prison and to continue incarcerating them, that doesn't mean that we should be taking them for granted. It definitely doesn't mean that we should purposely put people inside prisons for no reason just to benefit companies and some police officers. Angela Davis spoke about this, about prison and about the prison industrial complex back in 2013 at FYS in London. So let's hope that the next time she talks about the prison industrial complex, inmates will be treated like true human beings. So, just like Abraham Lincoln said in the Gettysburg Address, if you guys know it, all men are created equal. So let's hope that the prison industrial complex sees it that way. Hopefully they see everyone as human beings.